Did your divorce ever affect your happiness or your moods?
Well, I wasn't very happy before I got divorced, so I don't think it made me any sadder after I got divorced because there was a lot of tension and stress in my relationship. So it didn't affect my happiness. Um, if anything, I probably would have been was a little bit happier in the fact that I wouldn't have to deal with all the negative things and the bad things that were going on at that time. So I wouldn't say I was elated, but I was probably relieved, so that in effect had effect on my happiness at that time.
What about in the long run?
In the long run, I think in the long run, I was probably got, I wouldn't say happier, but I wasn't sad or anything over the divorce, because like I said, it was a crummy situation that I was in, and it wasn't good for my children. So if anything, it elevated my happiness in that respect. So I would say it had a more positive effect on me and my children, because it was not a good situation we were in. And I think that's about all I can say about that.
Okay. What about depression? Do you feel like, since you are divorced, you maybe are lonely or?
Well, depression actually runs in my family, so I wouldn't know if I was affected more by it. But when I was divorced, it was in the early 70s, so it was not as common as it is today. So it could have affected me a little bit, but overall I don't believe it had a negative impact on me. I do know that after I was very busy raising my children, so it probably didn't show up until later, and actually there was a point later on that I got, because both the kids had moved on, I got kind of depressed, and I was like, what's my point of living? I never got so depressed that I wanted to do anything, like commit suicide, but for a while there I was really not happy, and I was put on medication for depression, and I'm still taking medication, so, but I did get off of it for a while, and then in the, I would say the mid-90s or so, because I was divorced in the 70s, about 95 or so, I did get back on medication for depression.
All right, well, thank you.
You're welcome. Is that all?
Yes.
Ooh, I thought there was 3.